Are you not closing at least 50% of your calls? Watch this video to become a phone god. God!
It's been a long time. Should have left you.
Without a dope beat, step two, step two, step two, step two, step.
All right, guys, you know the drill. I have a Discord channel. It's an awesome channel. Click the link in the video description down below to join the Discord. There's over 1,200 of us, and I'm in there 24/7. So if you have any questions or you need access to me, join the Discord completely free. Some of my resources are in there for free, the pricing sheet, a whole bunch of other stuff. Join the Discord if you want to talk to 1,200 other like-minded people. Guys, I built a course that goes through literally everything. Everything that goes from setting up your business, the foundation, the legal, the branding, the employees, the system, the trucks, the tools, the pricing, the marketing, the SEO, building a website from scratch, and of course, running your entire own Google Ads campaign. It's jam-packed with content. The course is from A to Z, and it has 20 hours of content, guys, and more coming all the time. Please check out the link down below if you guys are interested in the course. I really did put my heart and soul into it, and it's very reasonably priced, so please check it out. All right, guys, my name is Andrew. I'm a serial entrepreneur, software engineer, and a junk removal business owner. I started a junk removal business as a stepping stone to return to my passion of technology and apps. I invite you to stick around, hang out, follow me on my journey from becoming a junk removal business titan to building a $1 billion home services app. And that is true. We are here to talk about phones, bada bing, bada boom. I have tons of call recording videos. I got one here, one here, one here, one here. But I don't think I've actually just covered the basics of like how you should greet, how you should answer the phone, things to avoid, you know, stuff like that. I gave you examples, which are great and all, and it really will help, but why don't we go over some bullet points of what I think is important to close the phones. And one thing I want to preface, guys, is if these are calls that are coming from Yelp, Thumbtack, Google, these are warm to hot leads. Like, you need to close these. And it's a lot easier than you think, guys. We're gonna cover greeting, rapport and leading, pitching, the problem, objections, the solutions, and one last thing, one little tidbit of information. So 7 little topics, whatever you want to call them, that I've kind of broken down into. Some of these are going to be insanely obvious, but you would be surprised. Let's just dive in and stop wasting time. Number 1, guys, greeting. Greeting is number 1. The amount of people that I have spoke to on the phone that pick up and sound like they're waking up from a nap, you'd be surprised at the amount of people that go, hello? Oh, the amount of people that just go junk removal. Get the fudge out of here, okay? Seriously, answer the phone with some sincerity, some genuineness, that you care about your business. Hi, Jedi Junk Removal, this is Andrew, how can I help you? Fake it if you have to. You need to greet your customers that you actually care, and I swear it's like 50% of junk removal companies that I've called in the past to like creep on and see how they're doing, they literally just, they're like bothered by me. So guys, the most obvious is answer the phone with a positive attitude. You need to literally act like you care, and you should care. We're not gonna spend too much time there, but literally if you wake up from a nap or you're tired, snap out of it. Jedi Junk Removal, how can I help you? This is Andrew. Just snap yourself out of it. Number 2, rapport and leading. One of the biggest mistakes that my call agents would make for quite some time, they're amazing, they do incredible, but there is one thing kind of separates you from the rest, is rapport, having a conversation. So instead of leading into the pitch immediately, they usually start by, hey, I need to get rid of this, I need to get rid of that, how much is it gonna cost? And then you would go into the pitch, well, here's how it works with us. Our prices start at $120, blah, 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 blah. The problem with diving into your guys' pitch is you built no rapport, and you need to lead the conversation as well. Crack a joke if you can. Not everybody you're gonna be able to, but sometimes you can hear a baby in the background, or they'll mention something about something, and you can build a conversation off that. What's your name? Oh, I used to live in Malibu too. Anyways, okay. And then leading the conversation means you ask the questions. Building rapport means try to just have a conversation. I don't care if they call about a fridge, a single item. Lead the conversation by asking questions if you can't crack a joke with them yet. Not all customers will be able to crack a joke, but where is the fridge, sir? Okay, it's upstairs. Is the fridge disconnected? And then if you can feel the vibe, ask like, is it time for an upgrade? Or is you getting rid of the old one, the ice machine broken or what? Can't crack a brewskis? Can't get a Bud Light? Point is, guys, get them talking, ask questions, lead the conversation, all the basics. Where are you? What's your city or zip code? What's your name? Okay, so you're trying to get rid of a fridge. Where's the fridge? Blah, blah, blah. Have a conversation. Get all the information you need to know and just have that 20 to 30 second to 60 second rapport building, and it shows you're leading the conversation. They're investing time into you guys. Do not just lead into the pitch. Try not to, at least. So after you have that conversation, number 3, pitching. So now you can go into your pitch, your little spiel. I used to go, so here's how it works with us. Our minimum is $125. It goes all the way up to $11.95 if you fill up the entire dump truck. There's 12 price points in between, and you just pay for the space that you use. And just to let you know, Susie, an entire dump truck, you've probably seen them. They're very big. You can pack a 2-bedroom apartment if you pack it right into one of these. And just to remind you, you only pay for the space that you use. The pricing does get better the more. So I've cut that whole garbage pitch. It worked for the first year. That's what I would do. But I dropped the full load price, okay? I now go, hey, Susie, okay, so now we know your fridge is upstairs, your couch is sideways, left, up, right, down, south. We know Susie's location. We know all of her friends. We've cracked a couple jokes. We're gonna have a Bud Light on Tuesday, whatever. We've built rapport. She's invested into us. I now pitch like this. Okay, so Susie, how it works with us is we do have a minimum. Our minimum starts at $125 and it kind of just goes up from there. It's based on volume and the pricing does get better the more space you fill. So what's best is we just come out there, give you a quote. If you like the price, we'll take it right then and there, Susie. If not, no pressure, no obligation, blah, blah. So that's when you go into the pitch, okay? The whole hey Susie pitch. Always start with the good greeting. Number 2, rapport and leading. You ask questions, they don't ask questions. If they're asking you questions, you're a loser. That means you don't know what you're selling. I'm kidding, I'm being aggressive. You need to know what you're selling. You lead the conversation. You need to be the leader in this situation, okay? It lets them know with confidence that you are the man or female. You got this, you know, you're gonna get their stuff. 3, then you pitch. I do not give them prices. I only start with the minimum and say it goes up from there and it gets better as you fill up. You don't have to use that part, but it just goes up from there based on volume, Susie. So that's number 3, pitching. Now here's number 4, the problem. Here is what happens after the pitch. Sometimes you get the people who's like, great, I'm excited, schedule me in, right? Because you immediately go into the scheduling right after the pitch. But number 4, the problem, guys, is some people want a price. Some people want to send a photo, and then also we need to talk about quotes versus estimates. So let's start with the first. You want to at all costs avoid giving an estimate or a quote over the phone. You want to say, Susie, you know, I've done this before and I'm always too high, too low. It's really just best we come out there. There's no charge. I try to avoid the word free now. Not even no charge if you can, but say, you know, we come out there, we take a look. If you like it, we'll take it right then and there. If not, no biggie, no pressure, no obligation. You can say no charge. Avoid giving a price over the phone at all costs. Now, there is going to be the 5 to 10% where you kind of need to give an estimate range. We'll get into that. Second, photos. Avoid them. There's always going to be that case where you're like, okay, I gotta see it. You know, I don't want to go drive an hour out, but you tell them the same thing. I have shot myself in the foot. I priced too high, priced too low. Photos don't really help. Be like, let us just come out there, take a look at it. And it's very easy to do this if you're just nice and you just have a conversation with them and act like a human being talking to another human. So photos, no go. Now, I do it sometimes because I have to. I realize that. Last thing on the problem is quotes versus estimates. Be very careful with the word quotes and estimates over the phone. A lot of customers are gonna ask you for a quote. You rephrase it and say, we don't do estimates over the phone, but when we get out there, we can give you a quote. And if you like the quote, we'll take it right then and there. No problem, Susie. Now, there's gonna be the time, like I said, you just can't avoid it. Give them a range and make sure to recorrect them and remind them, okay, I don't like doing this, Susie, but you're probably in the ballpark of 200 to 300. That's my estimate. Now, Susie, that is an estimate. It could be lower, it could be higher. You know, I'm on your side here. We're gonna try to pack it as tight as we can. Let us come out, give you a quote, because my estimate could be wrong. Susie, let me help you help yourself help me. And that's how I do that, guys. So that is the problems that you're gonna run into is the quote versus estimate. You're gonna run into the text photos, and you're gonna be asked a price. And that is how you kind of deviate away. So let's go into number 5, guys, the objections. Here's how I handle objections. Very simply, guys. You're gonna get the spouse objection, you're gonna get price shoppers, and all that. If you're salesy and pushy, go ahead and be like, yo, you know, we're running a special, 10% if you book it now, 10% off. I won't charge you time. Whatever you want to say, if you book it now, we can at least lock you in. If you change your mind, you can call us back later, but it's probably best we get you on the books. I don't push because cancellation rates are just high, and I don't want any more cancellations because LA flakes are LA flaky. But how I end, whether they say the spouse excuse or they're price shopping, and I can tell is I just end so friendly that when I was on phones, I got massive callbacks. I'm not even kidding. Like the call, I remember like weeks later, they would call me back because I would end it like this. I'd go, Susie, I totally understand. Talk to your husband, talk to your wife, or I know you're probably price shopping, but please, you know, we are a local family-owned business. I'd love to earn your business. If there's something, you know, you get a different price and we can maybe negotiate, please think of us. My name's Andrew. Just call back anytime. We're here for you. I would end like that all the time, and it worked countless times. You spent 2-3 minutes on the phone. You built rapport with them. They are now invested. If you end the conversation, come on, think about it, guys. Anytime somebody's overly friendly to me at a restaurant, I am always like flabbergasted at the customer service. Do the same. That is number 5. That is how I handle objections. I kind of just end it with a super friendly exit. Number 6, guys, the solutions. Now, the solution is this. You try to just get them on the book using no pressure, no obligation. Or you can say, Susie, we do not charge to come out. We just want to give you a quote. We come prepared, and if you like it, we'll take it right then and there. No pressure, no obligation. So that is the solution, is you get them onto the books and just remind them that you do not charge. I would rather use no pressure, no obligation, but that is technically the only solution to kind of close the deal. You're really just trying to push Susie onto the books because you will close her in person with your fantastic customer service, your uniformed employees, your charm, and your charisma. And always remind them that you come prepared to take it. And you're still gonna get people who just come out and they send you away or they weren't ready, but just remind them at the end, like, and just so you know, Susie, we do come prepared to take it. No pressure, no obligation though if you don't like the price, but we're on your side. We're here to help. Be friendly, guys. The phones, these are warm, hot leads. You're doing them a favor. Remember that, okay? Now, I said there were 7 things, and this is just a little tip because I've noticed my call agents do this sometimes and I've done it sometimes, and it's, don't give too much information. I know some people are overshares. Don't say, oh, we just had a cancellation. Don't give them internal information they don't need. You can just say, hey, we have a spot that opened up. You could say, hey, we rescheduled somebody for later. We can squeeze you in now. Don't overshare too much information. Like if you're talking about yourself and you're building rapport, that's different, but don't talk about like, oh, we had some cancellations. Just keep all that shizzle to yourself. You want to seem like you got your shit together and that your business is actually running successfully, but you're just a very friendly local person. So just keep the information to yourself, guys. Don't overshare. I don't have too many examples, but just remember that, okay? And that, guys, is the last thing, the last little tip that makes all 7 points that I wanted to cover in order to close the phones for junk removal phone calls. I hope that helped. I hope you like that. But there is one thing I want to mention. I did launch my VA training program where you can get an awesome Brittany or Edward. So if you are at that point where it is time for you to get off the phones and you're sick of being a slave to your phone and you want the freedom to just not be on the phones and it not cost you an arm and a leg, and you want control of your agent on your own call center and it's a one-time fee, check the link in the description below, junklaunchbyjedi.com. It has my course, the private community, and the VA training. I'm super excited, guys. I've been working really hard on this. So if that is of interest, check that out. And as always, guys, I leave you with this. Success is often covered in dirt, but so is gold at one point. Toodles!